I told you, this thing is bigger than Nino Brown, and I got a list of proof. If I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot of people with me.
Order in the court.
Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
To this day!
Nino Brown Boxing, I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. So I was just making a video in response to the PBC on Fox interview for Shawn Porter and Errol Spence. And it got me thinking, the Porters have badmouthed the IBF so much. They've badmouthed them guys so much. And even though this is not a possibility that floats around in my head, because I'm a very confident Errol Spence fan, but let's just speak on if in some crazy, unexpected way, Shawn Porter gets the victory over Errol Spence. I'm trying to figure out how will the Porters move with being the IBF champion. That's the thing I just find very interesting. It's been after Shawn Porter lost his belt to Kell Brook, and it was a lot of talk about Shawn not being able to get back in the rankings, and some people saying, well, only thing he had to do is let the IBF know. Kenny Porter, on the other hand, said that the IBF basically did him wrong, and the history from that point on is just, I don't want to work. Like Kenny Porter said that he's not working with the IBF anymore. So I just find it very strange. So is that still what it is? And it seemed like no one's really asking Shawn that question concerning the IBF. If Shawn happens to beat Errol Spence Jr., does Shawn basically pull a Floyd Mayweather, like Floyd Mayweather not accepting the WBO belt, and just say, you know, I'm the WBC champion, throw the IBF belt in his trash, because my team, Team Porter, has said before that we had no plans on working with the IBF again. Very short video, guys. I was just wondering. I found it to be very interesting. You already know the IBF, they don't play any games when it comes to their mandatories. But the only unfortunate part about the IBF is the fact that they're so strict for the guys in their ranking, which I feel like, you know, it's definitely fair. I don't have an issue with that. But their ranking is so weak. They don't have a lot of the top guys in their ranking. For some reason, guys don't want to get in the IBF ranking. My whole thing is people go through all of the politics of the WBC. They get that mandatory spot, they get in the #1 spot, and they have to wait. You know, basically, we all know the WBC says things are at the WBC's discretion. So to me, if I was a fighter, I would look at going the IBF route would be the better route. And at the same time, at this point in time, the IBF rankings are a lot weaker than other sanctioned bodies like the WBC and the WBA. And it leaves room for unification bouts, because normally the #1 and #2 spot don't have anyone in there. But I just wanted to have a quick discussion to speak on the fact what the Porters had said previously about the IBF sanctioning body and how they didn't like working with them, or how they didn't want to work with them because of how they were done wrong in the past. And just wonder, if Shawn Porter is somehow able to pull this shit off, will he take the IBF belt? We have to wait and see. Well, we have to wait and see if we win the fight first. This is Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC, and I'm out.